The intention of this video is not only to shed light on the catastrophe that is happening with the wildfires in Los Angeles, it's also to start the conversation around what the next steps are, because things just cannot go on business as usual. When I found out last week, like everybody else, about the wildfires, I became engrossed in how something like this could have started. And I'm not going to waste time going over all the things that could have happened, coulda, woulda, shoulda. The bottom line is that the entire system is broken. Some people are blaming the insurance company. Some people are blaming the mayor. Some people are blaming the governor. Some people are there's a lot of blame going on. And what I'm saying is it's the entire system that's broken that has to be changed. One, there wasn't enough water. Two, the city was not prepared for something like this, even though they have wildfires all the time. Three, they couldn't control the mayhem that was happening, not only with the fires, but also people looting, people starting fires, technology, things were happening. It's mayhem. It was mayhem. It seems like they have a little bit more under control right now, but the government failed the people once again. The system failed the people once again, because through all that chaos, all that madness, you now have a whole community, two communities, large historic communities that are now decimated because someone did not take responsibility, because someone didn't do what they were supposed to do, because some people, it wasn't just one person. My emotions around everything that's happening has gone from sadness to anger, back to sadness. I literally on Saturday was nauseous looking at some of the stories, hearing the anguish in people's voices, looking at the despair on their faces. And it almost like brought me to my knees. I literally had to sit down, and I couldn't really figure out why I felt so emotionally attached to what is happening in LA. It could be because I'm in Vegas and it's the close proximity. I also know that Vegas is going to be widely affected by what's happening, but it was something deeper. It was something like, nah, you have to speak up about this, Stacey, because this cannot go on. So many things are coming to light as a result of the LA wildfires. So many things are being uncovered, including the fact that 30% of the fire department in LA is run by prisoners who are paid $10 and some change per day. And they out there on the front lines, fighting fires, clearing brush, running into people's homes. And LA been doing this for a long time. A lot of people didn't know. I didn't know. So there's just some fundamental things that just have to change, because the history of this country is horrendous in a lot of ways. There's some great things about America. Trust me, the way I feel about America is this. Like, it's like my little cousin, because see, I'm from Detroit. My mom is from Flint. My dad is from Detroit. I am American. And it's like America's like my cousin who you love. And sometimes your cousin does right, but then they got this dark side about him or her that's like, ooh, I don't know, but it's my blood. I just love, but it's just like, and see, this is the reason why in 2008, what's happening in LA right now is the reason why in 2008, I decided to move to Ghana, West Africa, and close out of America and not move back to this place because of things like this, what's happening in LA. It doesn't make any sense. My son, for a month, did not have his passport. This was in 2020. I was shaking, scared, because he didn't have his passport. I was on his dad's ass about getting his passport and signing that paperwork. because I never want to be in this country when the shit hits the fan. I never want my family to be at jeopardy because of the poor decisions of the American government. The American government and the entire system continues to make poor decisions, not only on behalf of the people. They don't even consider the people. The people are just looked at as commodities. It's how can I get power? How can I control the money? And then you have all these Trump supporters that are like, oh yeah, because Governor Newsom is a Democrat and it doesn't matter. When Trump comes in, it's going to be some shit too. It doesn't matter. The system is broken, and that's what needs to change. And that's what I'm here to speak to right now. So, what are some things that we can do right now? What are some decisions that I've made in my personal life right now that will help this situation? One, I said that I lived in Ghana. I'm telling you, a part of me just wants to pack up and move back to Ghana and leave this place and leave it as is and let people figure it out. But right now I'm on my Marcus Garvey, Harriet Tubman, Tupac, Assata Shakur, so I can't leave just yet. I have a 10-year-old son. I can't let him grow up in this environment. I can't just leave and then not do something and not do my part here. So this is me doing my part. I am so moved. Something shifted in me. Something has shifted in me when it comes to this society and what my role is and what I need to do. I am considering running for office in the government here locally first because change has to be made. I wasn't thinking about doing that before, but I'm thinking about it now because it just don't make no sense. And I refuse to allow the same thing to happen over and over and over again. And now we talking about everybody. We're not talking about just poor black folks or just black folks that are catching hell. Now you got rich people, poor people, middle class. It don't matter. Everybody's house is burned down. And it's like enough is enough. So here are a few things that will lead to ultimate solutions. It's not going to happen overnight, but here are some things that can be done right now to ensure that we get through these next few years, especially this year. Let me tell you all something and listen closely. 2025 is going to be one of the most tumultuous years that we have seen in the history of the world because we are currently going through a spiritual shift. We're going through a spiritual cleansing. We're birthing a new world. So I'm just telling y'all, hold on. It's going to be rocky, but if you do these things, we're going to be all right. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar. There are a few things that we can do as individuals and with our families, and there are some things that we can also do as a community. The first thing, as individuals, you got to tap into your spirit. Meditation, prayer, yoga, therapy. If you are not healed, you are not going to be able to help heal anybody. And even if you aren't trying to heal anybody, you have to heal yourself. You know what that looks like for you. Maybe you don't. I suggest starting off prayer, meditation, and therapy. Because Lord knows we all need it if we are living in the United States of America. Everybody needs therapy or some kind of meditation practice or something so that you can align with God and spirit so that you can be clear. The second thing is fasting. I highly recommend that people fast. Even if you just fast for a day, be intentional. Be intentional about your health, your wellness. You're going to need that. The other thing is starting a business. Let me tell you something. This administration that's coming in, they do not care about the African American community. They are getting rid of these DEI programs, which means that there won't be opportunities for people of color. There won't be many. So we have to take these things into our own hands. And the only way we're going to be able to do this is to build businesses. And I'm not talking about the kind of business where you just accepting Cash App and it's, no, I'm talking about having an EIN, an LLC, paying taxes, doing what you have to do to get your business in order so you can employ other people and you can help your community. You don't have to just have a business. Of course, you can still have a job, but starting a business and at least having an LLC is going to be everything. We have to get back to empowering our communities, and we need more business owners. I've been an entrepreneur and a business owner pretty much my whole life, but here in Las Vegas since 2010. The other thing is communication. Communicate with your family. Communicate with your children. I've been talking to Zion about what's really happening in LA. It's not just about some houses burning and it's an entire system that is broken in America, and he needs to know this because there are things about history, about African American history, about American history that has been hidden. They're trying to hide it from the kids in school, and I am teaching my son the truth so that he can navigate through this system and through this world. So communicate with your children. Teach them. With your families, teach them. Start empowering one another. Get together in your communities. I'm going to be reaching out to people in my community like, okay, how can we start to bring our families together so we can build? Because they're not going to look out for us. This new administration coming in. All y'all black folks that voted for Trump or all the Spanish, whatever, you can say what you want, but he ain't rocking with y'all like that. So we have to empower our own communities. And we can do this. Because let me tell you something with the DEI. They don't want to lose that much black talent because we got the talent here. We got the talent. We bring the flavor. We bring the sauce. Which brings me to my next point. Consider moving out of the country. I'm moving back to Ghana. By 2026, I will have property and a house in Ghana. 2025 is my year to go back, reconnect with my friends and my people there, see what the law of the land looks like because I haven't been there since 2010. And then I'm going to slowly make my exodus. Not that I'm not going to come back to America to visit, but this will definitely not be my home. So consider that. Because just imagine in America without no black people. It'd be dry as I don't know what here. They don't want that. They need our genius. They need our culture. They need us. So let them have they get away with their DEI. Get away with that. It's fine. We don't need that. We can create our own. We're the most creative people on the planet. Ain't nobody scared of that. Go on, take it. I don't need it. I didn't need it to get where I am right now. I don't need it now. Y'all need us. They need us. So don't forget that. I created a community called the Glow Up. And it was really a community just so that I could start to teach more about health and wellness and the importance of it. Sharing recipes, sharing stories, sharing testimonies. And we just finished a 3-day juice cleanse. And the testimonies that came out of the community, like people were literally, their lives were changing, their health, they saw health changes overnight. See, this is the thing that I'm talking about. These are the communities that we want to build to empower one another. So whatever you're good at, start a community around it so that we can rally around, so that we can say, okay, you're the best at this, so let's go to you for this. We're going to start our own network. In Las Vegas, I'm talking to you. Our brothers and sisters from California are going to be coming. They're going to need us. The trauma, the pain, the healing, the grieving. People's loved ones died. I'm sitting here today. I went out. I'm looking at my beautiful community. I live in the most gorgeous community with lakes, and you can see the mountains, and there's grass, and there's trees, and I can't imagine me having to leave my house suddenly and then it all be gone. My parents have been in their house for 34 years. So if that happened to me or my family, I would want a place where I could go to find refuge. In Vegas, we have to be that place. I'm calling on some people to help me with this, because I'm actually doing this on the fly. Like, I don't really know how to pull it together, but I'm doing it one step at a time. Creating a safe space for the people who are going to be coming here, to move here, to start their lives over. Families are going to need support for their kids. I'm in a position to help because I have a partnership, a collaboration with the YMCA. We already were going to do Cooking with Kids classes. Now it has to expand. But I'm doing my part. Everybody got to do their part. So this is just a call to action. A cry for, like, let's go. We gonna do something. And I'm gonna be on here talking and organizing and pulling it together, because I refuse to allow this wicked, crooked, backward ass system to continue on the way that it has. I'm a lot calmer than I was the other day, boy. Trust me, I'm still angry. I'm still saddened. But it's time to fight. And I'm fighting with this. I got books. I got community. I have family. I have self-love. I'm well equipped. And I have other people with me, soldiers, who are also well equipped to start the catalyst for change that we have to see. Not just in the United States, not just for Black people, but for the world, for humanity. It's just the beginning. Thank you. I appreciate y'all's time. And I'll be back tomorrow.